This is going to be my December 2014 favorites. I'm going to go through and show you, I think I have about 10 or so items, and at the end I do have some dupes for you. So during the month of December, I just wanted something easy. There was a lot of holiday parties and events and stuff that we had to go to, so I didn't want to spend a lot of time on my blush, as silly as that sounds. Sometimes shearing out certain blushes takes a lot of work for me because I am so fair, but this blush right here, this really saved the day a lot of the time. This is the NARS blush in the shade Sex Appeal, and this is just one of the easiest blushes that I own in my collection. If I don't want something too fussy, this is definitely what I reach for. So I swatched it right here for you. You can kind of see it has like a peachy tone to it, but there is some pink mixed in as well. So it's just a really easy, beautiful shade to wear on the cheeks. And then something I picked up at the drugstore, I think at the first part of December, it's one of the limited edition baby lips from Maybelline. This one specifically is Pink Wishes. Just looking at this in the tube, it looks like it would be super crazy pigmented and bright neon pink on your lips, but it's really quite sheer. That's its swatch right there. Again, just a really easy item to use that's not high maintenance, something that you can just slap on without a mirror. Oh, and these smell so delicious. It's like a minty, a sweet mint kind of a scent. This smells delightful. It looks lovely on the lips, and it's really easy to wear. So I did enjoy this a lot in December. The next thing is, I'm not sure if this is part of a collection or if this is limited edition or what, but this is the new Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. I am quite tempted to go back and pick up about 3 or 4 of them. It's really great for blending. This is what the packaging looks like. Just a basic packaging. It was 99 cents, so definitely, if you see this brush at your Walgreens or CVS or something, definitely pick it up. It's very soft, definitely worth the 99 cents. And Wet n Wild always goes on sale like 40% off, or buy one get one 50% off or something. So you can definitely get some deals on a Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. This is from Sephora. Now, they sent out the gift cards, I think it was at the end of November or the very first part of December, and depending on your level of VIB status, if you're a Beauty Insider or a VIB or a VIB Rouge, you got like a different amount off. I ended up using my gift card from Sephora on this Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I gotta say, I am in love with this thing. Now, I've started panning the Lorac Pro palette, and I've solely been using that palette for about the last week or so. But when I was using this, I think I had this in my makeup basket twice in December as well. So I love this palette. It's really pretty. The shades are really versatile, and it seems like this blue shade is so fun to wear. And the only thing is, a lot of people say that this shade right here, this pink sugar shade, doesn't have a lot of pigmentation, but I think it's just like a glitter shadow. There's no pigmentation really, it's just glitters, and I like to just dab that over my lid. So that's the pink sugar shade right there, just the sparkly, it's almost like a top coat for nails, so that's how I like to think about it. But that's it right there. I do love playing with that. I love adding just that pink sparkle to my eyeshadow look. So anyway, I do love this palette, and if you have a chance to swatch it inside Sephora, I highly suggest it. It has a lot of gray shades in here and taupes and stuff. If you live near a Walgreens or anywhere that carries Simple Colors nail polishes, check and see if you can find this polish. It is absolutely stunning. This is in the shade Pride, and essentially it's just like this shadow I just talked about. It's just a glittery top coat, and the fun thing about this is that it has multicolored glitters in here, and they're quite large. I actually wore this polish on New Year's Eve, and I loved it. I wore this right before Christmas as well. I just did a swatch on my nail so you could see how sparkly and crazy gorgeous this polish is. When you put a top coat over the top, it just intensifies the shininess of the glittery pieces. So I really love this polish, and some days I just want insane amounts of glitter on my nails, and this polish definitely does the trick. The next item, Oh man, this thing, I'm gonna go back to Lush and pick up like 10 of these. This is the Pearl massage bar from Lush, and it has these neon pink, I can't remember what she said that they were, but the girl told me that when you are rubbing this on your back or your arms or something, these little like bead things in here, I think she even called them pearls, which I thought was kind of strange because they're not smooth, they're slightly rough. And when you're rubbing it on your skin, supposedly it's supposed to increase the circulation and the blood flow and everything. So I just gotta say, this thing is out of this world. This smells identical to the Rose Argan body conditioner or the Rose Jam shower gels that they have. So definitely pop into Lush if you love that scent and you wanted another item that smelled like that. Definitely pop in and see if they have any of these. I like to use this in place of a regular moisturizer. I especially like it on my arms because I do have some tattoos over here, and it makes your tattoos look kind of shiny and nice. And I feel like when tattoos look shiny, then it almost makes them look a little bit newer. So that's just my 2 cents. But anyway, this is a really good massage bar and I highly recommend it. They are quite moisturizing for the skin as well. Okay, next up, I had a little mini of this product here. This is the Urban Decay Naked Lip Gloss in the shade Love Child. I am in love with this thing. I actually finished off my little mini size before I opened this up. My opinion, I think it smells delightful. The applicator has kind of a slightly angled doe foot. You can actually angle the applicator to, you know, glide right along the edge of your lip lines. You're not getting all over the place, but I just think the application is a little bit easier when it's pointed like this. But I would probably call this a neutral gloss. So there's a swatch of it right there. And again, it seems like this is a reoccurring theme with the past couple favorites videos of mine, but if it's easy to wear, it doesn't need a mirror, and it's not really fussy, it definitely makes it into my favorites videos. So this one, it was an easy contender to throw in. Next up, I wore this on New Year's Eve also. This is the Stila Magnificent Metals eyeshadow in Kitten, and I just have a little deluxe size sample of this. I mentioned this in a weekly makeup basket and I kind of went on and on about it, so I'll just give you like a quick rundown of it. So that's it in the pot right there. Now this has a very interesting texture. It almost looks like it's wet on the skin. And if you put this over a bare lid, so that's it right there, it's so beautiful. It can be worn all on its own. So that's a swatch of it. That was Kitten in the Magnificent Metals eyeshadows. Last item, I did an Instagram post on it, and this last item is actually 3 items, but anyway. So these are the new Jordana Modern Matte lipsticks. I think in the display there was 10 of them. I only picked up 3. These are their new matte lipsticks. Let me give you a couple swatches, and then I do have some dupes. These are dupes for some MAC lipsticks. This first lipstick, this is in the shade Matte Blush. And I actually was so excited about my dupes for those other 2 that I forgot to even look in my collection for a dupe for this, but they're pretty matte. They're quite creamy going on. I mean, it's a matte lipstick, so it's going to be a little bit drying. You can always get a clear gloss to put over. So there is the swatch of it right there. There it is in the tube. And again, this was Matte Blush. I think they had 1 or 2 other nude shades. I will link my Instagram down in the description box, and you can actually check out the picture that I posted with all the colors. They do have quite a variety of colors. There's a really crazy awesome purple one, dark purple, that I kind of wanted to get. But anyway, so Matte Blush is right there. Right there, that is Matte Adorable. Right away, looking at this color, I was like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be exactly like Snob. So, MAC Snob, one of my hands down favorite lipsticks ever. So this is MAC Snob down here at the bottom, and that is Matte Adorable. I thought they were gonna be closer than that. Then I pulled out Saint Germain, which is an amplified finish. Obviously, Saint Germain is not a matte finish, but that is Matte Adorable. That is Saint Germain right there. And then over here, this was MAC Snob. I mean, aside from the finish, they are pretty darn close to being dupes right there. This other one that I picked up, this is Matte It Girl. So this is what it looks like in the tube. There is a swatch of Matte It Girl. So very bright, really beautiful. I was like, that might be similar to MAC's Rebel, because if you apply MAC Rebel lightly, it does have more of a sheer finish than it looks like in the tube. As you can see, this one on the bottom, that is MAC Rebel, and then up along the top, this is Matte It Girl. You can kind of see they're a little similar, not quite right. So the next one that I thought that it would be similar to was MAC's Flat Out Fabulous. Here are the swatches. So this is Matte It Girl right here, and then that is MAC's Flat Out Fabulous, and then again this was Rebel down here at the bottom. But you can kind of see the similarities between those two. And Flat Out Fabulous, it is a matte finish as well. The one that it's probably the most similar to shade wise is MAC Sheen Supreme in Zen Rose. But if you know MAC lipsticks at all, the Sheen Supreme lines, they're kind of like the Revlon lip butter formula. It's more of a shiny formula. So this is Zen Rose up here at the top, and this is the Matte It Girl. If you were in the market for this sort of a shade, definitely check out the Jordana lipsticks in the new Modern Matte formula. They are $2.49 at Walgreens, so it's super cheap. Anyway, that is it for my favorites. Hopefully you guys found this slightly interesting. That is it for me. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.